Today I'm going to show you how to do a product advertisement using SORA2 for as an AI. Now, say you have a client, they give you a couple of inputs here, right? They give you input A, input B. Now, first thing is a lot of people might just take each input and dump it into SORA and have it, generate a video. Now, for me, I think the best case here for you to include them into one video is to just concatenate the images. Now, when you concatenate images, you got to keep in mind the aspect ratio. It's very important because if you take an aspect ratio that is, not what the output aspect ratio you want, well, it's going to generate a video in that aspect ratio. So that's not going to work. So you're going to have to concatenate them. For example, I want a 9:16 video, right? So that's like think of it like an Instagram story. But if I give it like a landscape, horizontal image there, it's not going to give me a story aspect ratio. So make sure you do this. I'll put a link to the exact Running Hub job that you can do this for. It's for free. You can just set the, sorry, not this one. I'll put the link. It's over here, this one. So here you can put both the images and select the aspect ratio that you need. And once that's done, we can move on to, yeah, so this is what the output would look like. I put 9:16, obviously, so there's a lot of black space up and down. That's fine, don't worry about it. And then for SORA2, you would, go to this other Running Hub link, which I'll again link in the description. You can put the video duration, upload the image, set the video resolution, and then put the prompt. Now, quick intro on the prompt. So I've seen that making it detailed isn't necessarily the best case. A lot of the times leaving the model to decide for its own does well, but there are instances where I have to be more specific. So for example, here I've given a very general prompt. I said vertical advertisement for a cup filled with strawberries drenched in Nutella, blah, blah, blah. And then I've mentioned Sri Lanka. The reason I said best in Sri Lanka, this might not be the best in Sri Lanka, but the reason I've said Sri Lanka is because the model starts to sort of inherit some, what do you call this, some features from this specific keyword. So for example, the voiceover might be more appropriate of a Sri Lankan, or the background, or the models that they use, or stuff like that. Because if I haven't mentioned this, I might see maybe a Russian woman doing a voiceover for my Sri Lankan advertisement, which doesn't make sense. So this is a very subtle way of letting the AI know, hey, it's localized to this specific region. And then I also mentioned the price at 500 rupees. And that's it. So that's it. I run it, and here's some outputs. So you
Pure
get
milk chocolate, ripe, juicy strawberries. Together, they melt into magic.
When silky Nutella meets the freshest strawberries, something magical happens.
Silk smooth Nutella, ripe, ruby strawberries. When the two meet the moment you can't resist. Juicy strawberry.
So you can kind of get an idea
Ripe,
already.
chilled strawberries bathed in molten hazelnut chocolate, silky, glossy, irresistible. Warm Nutella, cold strawberry.
So yeah, I mean, you can specify what they want to say, yada yada. But then when I saw that goes down a rabbit hole, and you end up, just it just goes in a circle where you keep trying to fix it, and it just keeps changing things. So just keep it general, and they should work. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments.